Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Mr. Dogboat333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserredux as the Afghan Ottoman Empire. In the last video, we took out, well, I think we more or less took out Iran if we didn't already, and we snagged us some Iraq as well. Now, we're going to go ahead and move into the Ottoman Empire proper and restore our rightful title as Caliph. But while we're doing that, let's do some domestic pilot training. In order to train the next generation of Afghan fighter aces, we will need some help. I invited foreign experts from our friends across the German sphere, using mercenaries and pilots for hire as supplements where we must. We'll create a new group of officer schools and pilot training programs in order to ensure our planes are flown by the best Pashtuns around. Designed around 1933, the Diston tractor tire, aka the Diston 6-ton, just one example of many experimental armored vehicles designed in America and by other great powers, as well that use Caterpillar tractors and an armored superstructure as ways for these nations to practice and perfect tank design since their inception during the Great War, while turning a buck by exporting them to smaller, more desperate nations and militaries around the way. The Diston itself is made up of one such simplistic armored chassis, anywhere from 6 to 13 millimeters thick, affixed to topside Caterpillar tracks that can move the vehicles along at a top speed of around 10 kilometers per hour, 5 miles per hour, while being fitted with a hull-mounted 30 cal Marlin machine gun, all below a turret sprouting a 37mm M1916 cannon, amounting to a slowly moving metal box, as dangerous to any soft targets around it as it is to its own three-man crew inside, earning our new tankers the nickname of a new John Boz taken from the old Afghan cavalry in service of a Shah whose title meant life gamblers. Nevertheless, these beasts are all we got, and after the Americans failed to find a buyer for these metal death traps anywhere else in the world, we were able to secure the entire stock, a whopping 5 tanks of these experimental relics at a massively reduced cost in 35, importing them through the port of Karachi by boat from America and then by train the rest of the way to Kabul. After and now being fully integrated into armed forces, we are ready to see the results. Though some international onlookers from our allied foreign attaches, whom some have been training us on the distance use and wider armor tactics, have laughed at the sight of such a vehicle while likening the distance boxing scrappy appearance to something called a Bob Semple. Whatever that is, we know the truth. These are the mightiest armored vehicles to ever trudge across the sands and mountains of Central Asia, and with this mighty land fleet at our command, Afghanistan's dominance is all but assured. I was about to say, because that reminded me so much of the Bob Semple tank. And I need to show this to all of you, if you do not know what this is. So the Bob Semple tank was this lovely hunk of machine right here. One hunk of metal, really. The Bob Semple tank, sometimes referred to as Big Bob, was a light tank designed by the New Zealand Minister of War, Bob Semple, during the Second World War. So, they just put a bunch of iron onto a tractor base. And the idea was like, they basically built this with the planning, thinking that, okay, if the Japanese cut us off from Australia or the US or the UK, we might be fucked, so we got to figure out what to build in order to keep the Japanese from killing us. I'm guessing the idea on this is if the Japanese invaded, they might start laughing enough that they forget to bayonet babies or something like that. Remember, the Imperial Japanese Army was fucking horrific during the time. And that might give enough time for the Kiwis to do something. It clearly did not go over well, and New Zealand was never invaded, so it didn't really matter to begin with. But what are you gonna do? The modern John Boz of Afghanistan prepares to charge. We could do anti-air. This also allows us to build anti-air ourselves, so let's do that, if only to get it potentially built up in our country. It's already going quite easy for us thus far. This whole invasion thing. We're kind of lacking in resources, aren't we? Although we're going to get some more chromium coming up soon. Which is going to be quite nice. Let's move in to take cars. Or cars 2, perhaps. Cars 3. You know, when you think about it, the Cars franchise is just weird. Especially like, you know, like if you ever like the Pixar theory, like the idea that all the Pixar movies are connected in to each other. And the idea is like, oh yeah, Toy Story takes in same place in the same universe as Up, or Brave, or the not the Disney princess movies, but all the Pixar movies apparently are supposed to take place in the same universe. And like the idea with Cars is that apparently the Cars, after Wall-E, society just redevelops so that cars are real and autonomous. In Pixar, it's confirmed, or at least like some guy in Pixar said, "Oh yeah, that's real." But I don't know how that works with the Cars, because are you telling me that the Cars just managed to recreate society exactly the same way it was when the humans ran it, for the exception that it's fucking Cars now? I don't get it. I do not get it. Sorry, that's just me spitballing, because I don't have any opportunity to do open mics. Just me thinking out loud. Let's do hurtling over the mountaintops. The mountainous Afghan landscape makes landing and refueling difficult, not to mention the massive pain it is to upkeep landing strips and aeronautical instruments and machinery in our hot and windy climates. We'll work towards making planes that can fly over the mountain ranges with ease and focus on long-range developments like detachable fuel canisters and lighter airframes in order to bend the mountains to the will of the heavens. Yeah, let's just be bullshitting trying to figure out what to do, because this war is going pretty fucking well overall. Pushing in very, very easily. The French national state is having very, like, mixed success so far. They just lost there. They're losing in Sardinia over here, but they're pushing in, like, Brittany and Bordeaux. It's all a very confusing state of affairs, but I guess it's working for them, so, you know. Who am I to question the method behind their madness? Let's just go ahead and move with some cavalry boys. Get some encirclements off. We can take Ankara. Let's do the birth of the Afghan Navy. Landlocked for centuries, our great Afghan nation now touches the warm waters of the Indian Ocean. We should pour resources into the creation of a capable Afghan Navy to project our influence across Asia in ways we have not done since the days of the Mughals. I mean, we can. At least we can say we'll do that. We'll probably just build convoys. Realistically. But hey, convoys are chill, you know? C.W. McCall, convoy. Anyone remember that song? That little strange relic of music? It's on the GTA soundtrack. Fun fact, the guy who did that, his name was C.W. McCall. I'm sure I might have talked this before because it's like one of the weird things I know. He was not a trucker. He was just some marketing dude. He worked in some music industry. I guess truckers, like in like whenever this was the 60s or whenever the fuck the song became big, truckers were a big thing. And so this marketing guy just decided, okay, I'm gonna put on a kind of a southern accent and pretend to be a trucker. And he just wrote a song about trucking. Meanwhile, I think he's like from fucking Connecticut or something. Let me look this up. C.W. McCall. Oh, he's from Iowa. Iowa's a bit more realistic for like a trucking thing than fucking, you know, Connecticut, which I thought it was. But yeah. That became a strangely weird, popular song during like the whole Freedom Convoy thing. Remember when that was a thing? You just had truckers driving around saying they didn't want to wear masks or whatever the fuck. Whatever that was exactly, I forget. Like blocking up Canadian traffic. Showing, showing the Canadians that they can be as fucked up as we Americans are politically sometimes. Which is nice to know, you know. Because Canadians, you know, they think that, you know, they're all better than us because they have a functioning healthcare system or whatever. But would you look at that? You guys are as messed up as we are. Would you look at that? So much for the nice act, huh? Anyway, sorry, that's just my my innate American urge to be anti-Canadian. Sorry. Let's expand the port of Karachi. The port of Karachi is one of the busiest ports in South Asia, and now it flies the flag of our proud Afghan state. With this recent acquisition, we now have access to a major port that can be used to facilitate trade as well as house our navy. Expanding this port will lead to Karachi becoming an even greater boon for us. Yeah. If we got it, we might as well use it, you know? It beats losing it. We're taking Constantinople. Look at that. Let's go. If I was recording this on Twitch, which I haven't been for the past couple parts, I'd be asking for some pogs in chat. Constantinople's been reclaimed, boys. Not like that. Not like that. But no, there we go. Look at that. Truly blessed. Possibly cursed, depending on your outlook. god, they're going into... These guys took over fucking Tibet for some reason. Oh god, Russia just owns this random fucking bit of China / Tibet. If that didn't get me banned from China, if I wasn't banned from China already, that comment might have gotten me banned. Anyway. We'll cancel the expanding the port of Karachi because we have more important things to focus on. The restoration of the Sublime Ports. After a hard-fought campaign, we have finally retaken Constantinople and have saved the Ottoman Empire from complete destruction. We destroyed the Ottoman Empire to save the Ottoman Empire. That's what we're getting at here. With the Sublime Port reopened, the time has come to restore the Sultan to his rightful place. Glory to the warrior Sultan Osman IV, who has taken his rightful place on the throne. This is so goofy, and I fucking love it. Like, I love Kaiserredux. Well, I like Kaiserredux. I don't know if I'd go as far to say I love it. It's very goofy, but when you get shit like this, it's very fun. Now, it runs fucking slow as nails, though that's kind of just Hearts of Iron 4 in general, especially the modded ones. Though, a little bit slower especially. But it's still fun. Now, the real problem is this fucking Reichspakt bullshit going on my border. I think the best way to just work around that is that we just need to start fucking training up guys. I might just do some console trickery. I mean, call upon Allah to have the Assyrians submit again. And we have a pretty solid industrial base as is. Even an okay naval base. We got the oil to do shit for sure. After a long and grueling campaign, fighting in the hot deserts and dangerous rugged terrain of the Middle East, we've finally retaken Constantinople, allowing us to make good on our promise to restore the Sultan to his rightful place as the Caliph of Islam and the Sultan of a reborn Ottoman Empire. From the Dardanelles to Baghdad, from Sinai to Ankara. Well, not quite that far, but the lands of the so-called sick man in Europe have been cleared of disease and brought back to life as the true signs of Allah grace the Fertile Crescent once more. Standing side by side, our allied forces of Afghanistan, the Ottoman government in exile, were able to beat the odds, and now we may bask in the sunlight together as brother nations forevermore. Now begins the Herculean effort of rebuilding the old order in a new light, so that it does not collapse into decay once again. But at least we shall not be alone in the efforts this time, as Allah's chosen land on this fertile earth is rebuilt, brick by brick. The sick man is now healed. Truly blurst? Probably blurst, honestly. Oh shit, C.W. McCall was a mayor of some town in fucking Colorado. Ouray County, Colorado. I'm sorry, this is another weird diversion that I probably should not be taking. But yet here we are. Huh. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. So thanks for watching, gang. Like if you liked, dislike if you didn't, leave in comments, feedback down in the comment section below. I read all comments, can appreciate any all feedback you might have for me. Check out my various links down in the description box below. And yeah, I think that's it for now, friends. I thank you as always for watching. My name has been Mr. Dogbot333, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye now.